Hi, I'm Christine Giordano. I'm here at the Michigan Investors Forum. We just had a special moment where we awarded Carlos Rangel, CIO of the WK Kellogg Foundation, and his investment team with a new strategy award. It's a peer-nominated award. But Carlos's fund has been performing for the past 1, 3, and 5 years in the top 5% for risk-adjusted performance. So, first of all, congratulations, Carlos.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. It's a pleasure to be here with you today and celebrating with our team.
Now, as a kind of relatively new CIO, you've been at your post for how long?
4 years.
You have achieved some really stellar performance, but you've also gone from a generalist model to a very strategic model in being a specialist. Can you talk about that?
Yes, so our team was focused on being a generalist-oriented team where everybody covered every asset class. And as I took on the role almost 4.5 years ago, the recognition was that we had a level of expertise on the team where we could have a higher level of autonomy for some of our senior decision makers within the team. And we wanted to keep the elements from the generalist model that worked for us, especially that everybody in the team is investing for the collective success of the team and for the top level fund performance. And keeping that element, we wanted to make sure that everybody had an ability to opine and to evaluate every investment that goes into the portfolio. So the whole team still looks at every investment, but we've had expertise, we specialize to develop expertise by asset class so that every investment or every asset class has dedicated coverage full time. And that allowed us to have that goal to be first phone call when there's a spin out, when there's a new investment opportunity, that we've mapped out every asset class, while at the same time making sure that every investment competes for capital. And the result of that has been, we believe, an increase in our performance returns because of that blend of specialization when it comes to expertise, but also a generalist model when it comes to the decision making. We are operating at a slightly higher operational pace because we want to make sure that we're turning over every rock to evaluate every investment possible. So we have a wide global coverage. We cover all of the Americas, Europe, as well as parts of Asia. And when we look at our investment portfolio, and so that requires that level of diligence. And the other thing that we believe has helped us with the specialist model is that as we have capital compete for the best investment return, so every investment's competing with investments across the portfolio for the highest returns possible, then we are very focused on rebalancing the portfolio as needed. Because we're in constant contact with our managers, that gives us perspective as to where is the opportunity set moving and how can we adjust to make the most of that environment.
Magnificent. Do you think this is a formula for success in this current economy?
Yes, there's so much change happening right now that first and foremost, we want to make sure that we select the best managers, and they're the ones that will adapt to the changing conditions. But we're also in a position to adjust the portfolio. So if all of our managers are telling us that there's a compelling opportunity in energy transition or there's an undervaluation of certain assets, we want to make sure that we make the most of that. On the other hand, if most of our managers are telling us to be careful about specific investments, we also want to make sure that we underweight those within the portfolio as much as possible.
Terrific. How's the conference going for you so far?
Well, we've learned a number of good things. We had interesting conversations about the macroeconomic backdrop, the opportunities in fixed income, and we heard some interesting things about commercial real estate as well. So we always get good ideas from these events.
Terrific. Carlos Rangel, New Strategy Award winner for 2025, Michigan IF.